sides, but they should go all out, press as much as possible. I think a goal or two can come in for them.
All right, so we'll keep tracking the game and we'll bring you the very latest stories from there. But it's 61 minutes of action and it's USA 1, Nigeria 1, the latest.
I was scared he was going to say USA 2.
From the FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup in India. Now, still talking about football from the country. Nigeria, we understand the Super Falcons of Nigeria will know their foes in the group stage of next year's FIFA Women's World Cup later tomorrow. Now, the draw ceremony will take place in Auckland, New Zealand. The competition will be co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand. Super Falcons have been placed in pot 4 alongside the other 4 African representatives, South Africa, Morocco, and Zambia. Ronnie Wardrobe's side could face some of the biggest heavyweights in world football like holders USA, Netherlands, Spain, Japan, France, England, and Germany in the first round of the competition. The 9-time African champions reached the knockout rounds of the last World Cup hosted by France in 2019. Well, looking forward to the draws and we'll see how that pans out. But ahead of the new NPFL season 2022-2023, John Noble has been named captain of Yimba Football Club. He takes over the armband following the departure of former captain Austin Oladapo. The goalkeeper joined Yimba in 2020 from Togolese club ASC Kara. He has established himself as a mainstay in the team with impressive performances that earned him call-ups to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, he's however yet to make his debut for the 3-time African champions Philip Ozo and Emeka Obioma are to serve as second and third captains, respectively. Well, Mary followed this man.
Yeah.
John Noble, commanding figure.
Absolutely.
Well, it's time he had what many believe comes naturally.
Definitely. He's one of the oldest players in the Yimba squad right now. Has been there for them in quite a while. He sat on the bench when, the likes of Theophilus Afleokai was, first choice goalkeeper and at some point in a particular team. So I think he deserves what he's getting right now. A fine goalkeeper. Has had a few stints to the national team. I remember when he was called up for a few games right there. So he's got experience and basically, I think he's the oldest player, if I'm not mistaken, in the squad, since the likes of Cyril Lisema left the squad, the Mbaumas of this world, their fellow Kaiser and their Naiminans of this world too. It's a good thing for him and to be the leader of the team. And what more it is to have a goalkeeper who is solid in between the sticks, lead your team. So it's good for him. Congratulations to him. I hope he takes off from where the Oladapo left it.
Right. The chairman of NFF Task Force Youth Competitions, Alhaji Aminu Balele Kofi, has pledged a sum of $20,000 for the Under-23 men's national team Olympic Eagles if they beat Tanzania in the first leg of the Under-23 African qualifying fixture in Dar es Salaam on Saturday. That's tomorrow. Well, he made the pledge at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, while speaking with the team shortly before the team's departure to Tanzania aboard a Kenyan Airways flight. Well, it's the Katsina State-born football administrator charged the Olympic Eagles to make Nigerians proud by ensuring to beat Tanzania on Saturday. Well, the money thing is back again, and now money motivation $20,000 or just beat Tanzania. You have that.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working in Nigeria. Each time they come out to say, I promised the team this, and they end up losing for me. Let them just wait. Calm down. Let the team go get a result first. Afterwards, if you wanted to give the team something, you give them that thing. Yeah. For me, it has not worked in recent times.
No.
Yes, we know reward always seems to motivate players and motivate humans to do things, but it's not really been working out in Nigeria.
Now, will it make more sense? Let's say you have something to give them. We'll say qualify for the African Cup of Nations, and then you get this. Why the distraction of putting that pressure on win this match and get it, win this to get it? Why can't we set a more feasible, a more sensible target? Maybe you have $20,000 to give the lads now. But you know what? Qualify for AFCON, have that. Does that make more sense?
Well, Bright James, ideally, it's supposed to make sense, whether for this match or AFCON. It's supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be motivating, but in Nigerian cases, it seems always different. I think most often than not, you begin to hear them make these promises. When they look at the preparation of the side, it's not been very good. Oftentimes, that's what happened. That's what I noticed. Because when we prepare very well, you often not hear all this, if you do well, we're going to give you this. Motivation as far as I'm concerned, is good. It shouldn't be distracting. But the main question is, have they really prepared? Are they ready for this? Can they get the result? I do not know. Personally, I do not think so.
Right. Now, we wish them the very best against Tanzania in Dar es Salaam first, and then return to face the same team from Tanzania in Ibadan. On 090-222-310-1027, well, you talk to us in exactly 3 minutes from now when it's 3:20. Well, Arsenal won to qualify for the next stage of the Europa League. Beats PSV Eindhoven at the Emirates by a goal to nothing. Granit Xhaka was the difference. His goal was a difference for Arsenal in that particular one. Now, Mari, let's talk about how Granit Xhaka has emerged from a dark place. We're talking from a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To now becoming one of the fans' favorite at the Emirates Stadium.
One of the remarkable comebacks in football history, if you ask me, right? Because at some point he was seen as a villain by the Arsenal fans. I always remember the situation where, he gave the fans the middle finger, threw the captain's armband on the floor and all of that. But he's gradually moved on and has become an integral part of this Arsenal team. Right? I always talk about the fact that, Mikel Arteta deserves some credit. He has a hand in his resurgence. Remember, when Arteta came in and all of that, and then in the midst of all of the crisis, he called, Xhaka to wrap his hand around his shoulders, told him, well, calm down, I've got you. Here's my project. And if you want to be a part of this project, stay with me. Give me 1 season. And then if you don't see any progress, then you can leave the team. Xhaka decided to stay, trust Arteta and stay. And look at where Arsenal have been now. He's become an integral player for this high-flying Arsenal side. So kudos to Mikel Arteta for not just pushing him in a way, basically, but holding him down and then making sure that he was an integral part of the team. But Xhaka also, from an individual perspective, has done a lot for himself. Kudos to him coming out from that emotional, psychological, mental dark state to become a key performer for Arsenal. I remember at the start of the season, he was offered the captain's armband. He said, no, I don't want it. Give it to somebody else. I'll just be the de facto leader. And he's been a de facto leader for Arsenal so far. So kudos to him. Good work by Arsenal.
No, let's talk about the Premier League, Blyden. 2 fixtures yesterday. Fixtures of consequences. And now let's look at the wrap-up of match day 12 of the 30th expected in the English Premier League. Fulham beat Aston Villa by 3-0, leading to the sacking of Liverpool legend. We're talking about Steven Gerrard. Elsewhere, Leicester City. No, I need to take that pause because it's shocking. No, it's shocking that they still know how to win. Well, they won Leeds United by 2-0. Yesterday, Robin Koch scored an own goal in the 16 minutes, and Harvey Barnes doubled the side's advantage in the first half in the 35th minute, and that's how it ended, helping Leicester move out of the bottom of the league. Well, they're still in the relegation zone, meanwhile 19th. With 8 points after 11 matches. Blyden, quickly, 60 seconds, your thoughts of on Steven Gerrard, the sacking, and then Mari will take Leicester.
Okay, at some point I was thinking I'm going to take Leicester first.
You want to take Leicester? Okay, take Leicester.
Yeah, right.
No, I stick to what you said.
Well, take two.
No, I have to share with my brother. This is it for me. I look at Aston Villa, and you expect Aston Villa to do well and do better than they're doing right now. Look at Steve Gerrard, came in from the Scottish League, leading Rangers to that title ahead of Celtic. Good performance all the while. And now he's in the Premier League, and you thought probably he's going to show that class, bring in the attitude of Steve Gerrard with no overtime. But when I watch Aston Villa in recent times, I remember especially the game against Nottingham Forest before this one, they looked sloppy. Everyone expected them to go all out and beat Nottingham City. They weren't able to do that. Really sloppy, couldn't run. I see the entire Aston Villa side, they barely can run. Sloppy side, and definitely you realize when you play 40 games and you win only 13 and lose 19, it's going to lead to consequences. 2 wins this season, difficult for them. They've not been playing well. In the long run, they're always going to be that long rope telling the manager, leave the side. And basically what it is, Steve Gerrard is out, and it's what we've seen.
No, right. For Leeds United, they were never good, right? That win against Chelsea, it was a fluke, basically, and it showed. They've had just 2 wins so far this particular season, 3 draws and 5 losses. So I saw that coming. Yes, they've got bright potential. A few players, I love that Luis Edistera guy who plays for Colombia, fine striker. But of course, they've got a lot of players who don't put in a lot on the pitch. This man is a corporate every single time. Luke Eiling. I mean, he looks like a Trent Alexander-Arnold on a good day, right? No disrespect to Trent, basically. And I saw that game yesterday. And kudos to what's his name now? Brendan Rodgers put up, solid team to take on, Leeds United. The game was decided by experience, basically, because Leeds United had a young squad, relatively young squad, but this man brought in some key legs in the team. Considered an own goal at some point, and then Harvey Barnes scored the second for them. So it was just a case of two strugglers. The first one had momentum, had experience. The second team basically was just working around, building that team around a few young stars who just couldn't turn up on the night. And then look at Leicester City last night. They made sure that they held off Sinisterra because they knew he was a pivot to anything they wanted to do. Talk about Leeds United, and it worked yesterday. So kudos to Leicester City. It's a good win, judging from how bad they've been this particular season. But I still think that it's not a reality check because they were faced off our opponents. Leeds United were just a fellow struggling side like them.
All right, now a 4-1-4-1 formation from Brendan. Join us now. Welcome, football fan. Your name, your location. Good to have you join us.
Okay, this is Video Senator calling from Victoria.
All right, good to have you.
You can see how Arsenal fans are always patient. See what happened to Aston Villa. There's a time when I took over the Arsenal. Out of 10 games, he lost almost 8. And there's nothing happened to him. But today, Nasia is doing well. Those who give somebody patience, do not do it. But I wish you well, sir. But for this season, I believe that Arsenal will bring to Emirates. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining. We thoroughly appreciate you. I'm sure I heard they would bring trophy to the Emirates. Well, if you didn't say that, call me back. Well, it's been there at the top of European and world football. It's made headlines and being part of conversations over time. And once again, we'll talk about him this afternoon because there's a follow-up to the story we had yesterday. Welcome,
Hello,
football
afternoon.
fan. Yeah, Victor, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Brian James and Arizona. I'm sorry, Brian James.
No,
let me
it's
ask
Blyden.
you, what did the Flamingos play this afternoon?
It's still 1-1. The game is not over. 75 minutes, still 1-1.
Brian James, let me say something very clearly that I speak my own very outstanding. I say that this lady has tried. This is hard work because I don't see if USA could have scored people 8 goals, 5 goals, and Nigeria will be different. So let Nigeria keep that match to 15 minutes. Let's go for a penalty. Maybe by God's grace, when we flip this round, we are going to another round. And Brazil, my team Chelsea this weekend. It's going to be Chelsea against Manchester United. A match to be watched. And look at the way my team Chelsea is going. So we are really bothered how it's going to look like. But let Ram Potter do his best because as a coach, this is crucial matter. You must prove yourself. The record that's going to set this time is going to be different from what we used to know. That's my take. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining. We appreciate you a great deal. Now, you can also join us via Facebook or streaming live on a verified Facebook page, Planet Radio 101.1 FM. You can also join us via the Planet Radio 101 FM spot page. Go right there underneath the post published and drop a comment. Mario will track that for us this afternoon. Well, the phone line is still very busy. Welcome, football fan. Name,
Good evening,
your location.
Bright.
Yeah, top gunner.
Bright,
Yes.
as is happening, the DJ has come for the Flamingos. History shows they never passed the quarterfinal stage. Let Flamingos remain focused as they attack the USA team. Let them watch their back. I guess I would like the match to end in penalty shootouts. Then, Bright, on another issue. No one is bigger than the club.
He refuses to come at the sub in last Man United match with Tottenham is an insult to the coach and the club. This issue is a replica of what happened between Select and Dennis Becker. I could recollect when Select threw Dennis Becker a boot and blood spit out from his mouth. The next move is Dennis Becker went to the match. If you feel that he's bigger than the coach, let him pack him packages and go. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining the conversation this afternoon. We thoroughly appreciate you. Now, Blind, that's the conversation. Now, we've had news that where Ten Hag confirmed that Ronaldo refused to come on as a sub against Spurs. That's even not what we thought it was. We thought Ten Hag didn't want to play him. And then, he acted the way he did. But now Ten Hag wanted to bring him on as a substitute, but he refused. Well, let's take a few calls. Welcome, football fan. Name and location. Good to have you join us.
Good afternoon, sport analyst.
Thank you, Mr. Easy, for joining. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me quickly comment on the issue of Ronaldo. The second coming of Ronaldo have not gone down well as the United fans were expected. Because when this guy was on the verge of joining Man City, the deal was hijacked by their legend, Alex Ferguson, playing a hero for United to hijack the deal from City. So this is what they are sold. And I think United have reaped the seed of the coming back of Ronaldo, their legend, which won a world best on a United, giving them Champions League. So it is a lesson for other players. There should be way the second coming of any player to their previous club. So in short, let them enjoy the drama. I like the drama. Thank you for having me.
Why wouldn't you? We'll take more calls. We'll take more take more reactions as well. But let's listen to the man, Erik Ten Hag himself, talking about this situation. Now, what's wrong with Eric? Eric's not ready to talk to us. So Eric should be ready to talk to us now.
What's the talk, if you ask about that, is between Cristiano and me. So the statement is also clear, I think.
Do you feel that he will be able to play a part moving forward? Obviously he's not available this weekend. Do you think he will be part of the team moving forward?
Yes, it's also in the statement. He remains an important part of the squad.
Eric, did he refuse to come onto the pitch on Wednesday night?
Yes.
A couple of weeks at the start of the season.
No, that's it. I think we've had enough. The question was, Eric, did Ronaldo refuse to come on? And he categorically said yes. This cannot be good. So, as against the narrative, fans were spinning yesterday saying, well, you can't bench Ronaldo. Ronaldo is unbenchable. You can't keep a player like that on the bench. So this has come to light. He was asked to come on as a sub in the second half. And he refused. Mari.
Well, right. What should I say? There's no player bigger than the club, right? So, well, I don't really understand the defense by the United fans, basically, because, Mbappe did this stuff, something similar to this some weeks back, and they say, crucify Mbappe, and all of that. So this man clearly not disrespected not just his teammates, the coach, and the club in perspective, because your team is winning, you're asked to come up and contribute your quota to the overall win, and you're saying, no, you want to start a game. Really? He's not even scoring. How many times has Ronaldo played that United has scored? He has just 2 goals in 8 games for United in the Premier League. So it's not like he's coming in and he's not seen as a game changer anymore, right? So away from that, Ten Hag is a coach, not you. Ten Hag calls the shots, not you. Basically, you're a member of the squad that you should be working for the betterment and improvement of the team, not your personal goals at the end of the day. So I think all of this, well, the United dropping him is even lenient punishment for me. Like I said yesterday, he should have been suspended like a month suspended. Yesterday, this morning, I heard a story that he's training with the 21 squad right now. That's even lenient. Suspend him. He should go back to Portugal, chill, and come back 1 month, see United maybe doing very well. So he realizes that United can do well without him.
And you'll be paying him salary. That will be the problem.
Yeah, he's the highest paid.
Doesn't matter. Mr. Ozil at us now. 1 full season was getting money, sitting on the bench with umbrellas.
No,
Same thing.
The club also loses.
Well,
so let's not do that.
The club loses the most.
A lot.
Well,
But here's it for me. Disappointed that Ronaldo didn't come in. I understood it was late in the game. He thought they could have drafted him into the game early, but it was late. But no player would not want to come in when a coach wants to put you. I think the last time I saw that was
Carlos Tevez,
and it was booted out of the club. But big concern from a United point of view, big concern for Ronaldo. I did read his message afterwards, which he talked about togetherness with the team, being back and strong. He's gone through a lot. We really hope he gets better. But what I want to say is I really love Erik ten Hag's management, because come on, you look at it. Ronaldo is a tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
Big guy, always call the shots. All the clubs he goes to, he calls the shot. And you look at Manchester United, especially at the beginning of the season, he had said he wanted to leave, and they basically didn't let him go. Though a lot of folks would say he didn't have offers. But we also know if you terminated his contract based on mutual consent, he would have left. He would have gotten another club. So it's basically what it is. Disappointing attitude from Cristiano Ronaldo, because it doesn't look well for a superstar. It doesn't look well for the younger generations. The thing is this. I love the fact that he's playing under 21 right now. Maybe the under 21 guys will be quite excited training with him. They say, oh, it's Cristiano Ronaldo, take a lot of selfies and probably learn one thing or the other. But it's disappointing. I love the way Erik ten Hag is managing it.
right? What's the show of professionalism there? You know, what's he telling the younger ones, the Alejandro Garnachos who look up to him as a key star, you know, so that when you're that age, your coach tells you to come play, and then you say no, you don't want to play. It's totally wrong for me. And I think, well, when I saw the statement from the PR team, because I know that statement was not from Ronaldo, it was from his PR team, there was something like an apology. And I think the United fans and his teammates, the fans, deserve an apology.
Right. Welcome, football fan. Name and location. Good to have you join us. No, drop call situation there. Keep the calls coming. And let's expand this conversation. Meanwhile, the Premier League is back later tomorrow with some fixtures across. Saturday, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. It's a lunchtime kickoff, and then we'll have more after then. Welcome, football fan. Name and location. Good to have you join us.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, my name is Casey.
Welcome, Casey.
Yeah. I'm currently watching the Flamingos at the moment. I think all they need to do at this moment is take control of the field. And as for Ronaldo, I think Sky Sports said they forfeited 2 weeks of his salary, and they have relegated him to with the under 21. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate you. Welcome, football fan. Name location.
Hello, Brian.
Yeah, okay.
Brian, good day. I'm saying, Maria, good day.
Okay, please take it off loudspeaker. Take the phone off loudspeaker.
Okay. Are you okay now?
No, not entirely.
This is still disturbing.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, it's better now. Better now.
Okay, thank you very much. Mary, come expect. No matter how it be, Ronaldo is a star. There's no player in Man U that you can use compare Ronaldo there. Even though that coach, what else Ronaldo have never win in this life?
Okay.
Is there any player in Man U have already done that?
Does that justify what he did, refusing to come on when asked by the coach to come play for the club that pays you?
Ronaldo is here a substitute this player. That is the one question you have to ask. Ronaldo, you can never substitute Ronaldo in any match.
Why?
If at all you are focused.
Why? Why can't you ever substitute him?
Number one, since Ronaldo started playing, he have never had any injury. Go to the record.
That's not
Ronaldo
true.
have never had any injury since he started playing.
Yeah.
Ronaldo have already won back-to-back Champions League in Spain. He won in Man U, which nobody can break the record. Is there anybody which have already break the record? The new coach now does not respect Ronaldo. He has no respect and regard to Ronaldo. What Ronaldo did, he deserves it. He deserves that, and the club deserve that what Ronaldo did to them. They want to kill Ronaldo.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, we get your points. Then you can also turn and say Ronaldo deserves what he's getting now, by way of punishment. Welcome, football fan. Name and location. Good to have you join us.
Hello, Bright Chen.
Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Jackson. I want to talk concerning Ronaldo's issue. Well, what Ronaldo did was that's very wrong. Okay? But how the coach treated him is not right. Because usually bringing him like the 5 minutes for him. It's not good. He should have his place as a starter in the team.
Why? Now, are you a United fan?
No, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Now, maybe that's why you can't have the conversation, because I wanted to ask you, okay, in your Chelsea team right now, with the way Ronaldo is performing, you drop Mason Mount for Ronaldo?
No.
So who do you drop for Ronaldo in that Chelsea team? Front line?
Yeah,
starter.
A guy like Havertz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so but Havertz, and then let's say Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Well, I thought we would have a conversation. When did Aubameyang come in against? It's not the same mode.
Yeah.
But it's a big player.
Right. We shouldn't even have this conversation, right? There is no static time. There is no appointed time to bring up a player.
Welcome, football fan.
It's the coach.
Name and location.
I think we need to have the conversation.
Again.
Yeah.
After the call, then.
Yeah, let me quickly comment on the issue of Ronaldo have deserved to stay in the pitch at 90 minutes. I want to let fans to understand that a player cannot own a club, and a coach have all a decision to bring you whatever minute he has on you. So if Ronaldo feels that is too big to come on as a substitute from bench, the crowd is too much.
All right.
I think United deserves to show him an exit door because it's
Thank you very much for joining Mr. Easy. Point made. Well, so sorry. That connection is not very clean. It's a lot of noise. Attached to that particular background, we hope when you call us, the connection is a lot better. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Good afternoon, Bright.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. This is Mike calling from Uyo. But, Bright, I think they seem to consider first. Although I know no player is bigger than the club, Ronaldo is not bigger than the club Manchester United because they're the one paying him. But the problem I have is you cannot bring a superstar in at maybe the 9 minutes of the game.
Why?
We should first consider the time that Ronaldo was introduced into the game. Ronaldo is a legend in Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, for crying out loud. You cannot introduce such a player at it's detrimental to the career. I mean...
Oh, so we're doing his career now, not the team.
It's not just... Ronaldo is a kind of person, a superstar everyone is looking up to. Bringing him into that... The players playing at the same level...
No. What exactly is Ronaldo... What is Ronaldo coming to do in that game again? Like, what is he coming to do in the game?
Then if he was not coming to do anything, there's no point introducing him. They should have let the game go without him.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us. We thoroughly appreciate you. All right, the conversation goes on. Welcome, football fan, name and location.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, it's still Casey calling back.
All right, 30 seconds.
Okay. I wanted to ask the fans saying you can't drop Ronaldo on the bench. I'm a Man United fan. At the moment, Ronaldo started the first 2 games of Manchester United. He didn't score. All the Europa League features he started, he didn't score. Ronaldo is a big player, no doubt. But at the moment, what fans are failing to understand is that Ronaldo, at the moment, is not in the good form. He's losing his confidence. Look at Casemiro. Casemiro was slowly integrated into the team. And look at how Casemiro is performing now. If Ronaldo can have patience, I think he will do very well at Manchester United. Thank you.
Right. No, that's another conversation. Is it that Ronaldo doesn't trust Ten Hag? Because, what I see is a Ronaldo Ten Hag thing. He believes, Do you think Ronaldo would do this if that was Jose Mourinho in that dugout or Zinedine Zidane? You think he would behave the way he's behaving now, Blyden?
Well, I've seen Ronaldo have his issues. It's not been this bad. This is where, while Mari was to saying we don't have to have the conversation, I said we should have the conversation. From a Ronaldo's point of view, and from the club's point of view, and Ten Hag's point of view. I think in all this, the man that I appreciate the most is Ten Hag, the way he's been able to handle the whole situation. Look, Ronaldo scored how many goals for Manchester United? At the foot of it, all the legends came out and said he's the problem of the club. So it's a backload. It's not starting today. It's a backload of these problems and all he's brought to the table and the way that he's been dissuaded. For me, that's where it's starting from. But you look at the form. Yes, we agree the form of Ronaldo is deepened. It's difficult for the guy. Here's a lad that will come onto the field and score goals for you. And he's used to it. Used to starting games, used to being that iconic figure for the club. And here is it. He's dumped on the bench. The entire media is on him and all the pressure. And at the game, you were leading 2-0. For me, I think Ronaldo just snapped. Probably he never really thought about it when he took that decision to step away and not deciding to come in when he was introduced into the game late. And probably maybe it was lower than 10 minutes to go. Because you could see he had jogged, had warmed, in readiness to enter the game. But he wasn't introduced into the game. Disappointing from that outlook.
No, let's understand something. When players go out to jog, I thought it's the coach that sends out players to jog.
Surely.
Yeah, so I was sent out to warm up. And warm again. Sent out to warm those number of times you warmed.
And that was the same issue with Carlos Tevez at the time.
Yeah.
So with a superstar idea within him and his thing, why are you telling me to warm up and warm up and warm up and warm up? You're not ready to bring me onto the game.
Yeah.
And you're leading 2-0. Why are you not putting me? If you want me to be in the game, let me be in the game. Not to excuse Ronaldo. The attitude was wrong. The display was wrong. But I really love the way Erik ten Hag is handling the whole thing. Because somehow, if you have Ronaldo to pick, you get a good result out of him.
Welcome back.
Right, top gunner, my final submission. Right, whatever Ronaldo has achieved, he can't justify his behavior. He feels he's richer than the coach and every lad in my United team. I know he has vast business empire scattered all over the world. Remember, you should remember that the game of football made him rich. I don't say he's richer than Beckham. He hasn't won World Cup. To my own submission, it seems Alexis one of the brains behind this issue because he's treating with kid gloves. Could you remember that some few days ago, Select brought him and these guys gave them award for what reason? Is it FIFA? Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Top Gunner, for joining. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Hello, Brad. Good afternoon. Nelson calling from
Nelson, welcome.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, I mind you, I think the manager pulls the string. If if Ronaldo is not punished, Man U will be setting a bad precedent. No player is bigger than the club. His action reminds me of what Aubameyang did when he was a gunner. He thought he was bigger than the club. We had to send him away. Ronaldo should be punished. What is he telling the young players? What are they learning from him? No matter how good you are, no matter how big you are as a player, you can never be bigger than your manager. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Nelson, for joining. We appreciate you. We'll talk about La Liga as well in a bit. And we'll also talk about news about another icon who has scored a time on what many would describe as an illustrious career. Mari, let's go to Facebook after the score and check out the comments from there. Welcome, football fan. Name and location.
Hello, good afternoon, Brian.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, I'm my name is calling from Geneva. Yes, please, I want you to update me about it on 17 women World Cup. What's the score?
Right, it's 1-1, 90 plus 5.
Okay, all right, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining. Facebook, Mari.
Yeah, from live feed, 4 comments of live feed. Comrade Idika Nukun says, kudos to you guys. Odi Alex says, congrats to my darling team Arsenal. Really on. Keep the momentum. Going up next to Southampton. Let's keep pushing and see what the season holds for us. Please, a quick check on Mr. Umar and Otolino. UB Akang says, good afternoon, football fans. I wish PSG all the best today. Up name Junior Umar says, as for my team, Chelsea against United tomorrow, I wish them 3 points.
Right, so that's it from there.
Yeah, from there.
Welcome, football fan. Name and location 90 plus 6 now. It's US 1, Nigeria 1.
This is Mr. Eko.
All right,
Good
Mr. Ekong.
afternoon. Please update me on Richarlison injury, our Tottenham player. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ekong, Tottenham fan. All right, Mari, at
the sports page.
Yeah.
So comments trooping in. I posted a picture of Steven Gerrard, by the way, and they've been getting some reviews. When Jimmy down, by the way, says, I'm wishing my team Chelsea the best against Man United. I know Man United will come strong tomorrow against us. We will take the 3 points. Jamsy official says it's going to be a big weekend. I wish my team Man United victory against Chelsea. Thank you. Fetoski says, very nice result for the young girls. I wish they would go ahead to defeat the US ladies and qualify for the next round for the first time. I wish them good luck. For my team tomorrow against Cowboys FC, 3 points for Manchester United for sure. Bakayoko Patoski says, I wish our young ladies the best of luck against the USA. And so my team, Chelsea, against United tomorrow, I want my coach to select a good side because Man United will come out strong because they'll play against Chelsea even when they're in poor form. They'll play well. So I want my coach to take the game seriously. I wish my team, Chelsea, the best of luck. That's from Bakayoko Patoski. Israeli says, Biko, you should stop this Ronaldo Palava. He's human. No be God. Let's focus on Arsenal cruising on the high sea till World Cup begins. It's Israel, the Gunners fan from Uyo. Silvio Archibong comes in and says, I want to sincerely congratulate my lovely Arsenal team for their important victory yesterday. Really sad for Steven Gerrard. I wish our Flamingos the best of luck today. Wish my Arsenal team a victorious outing against Southampton this weekend. Ronaldo has respect to the club and the coaching crew, irrespective of what happened up Gunners. Desire Ibanga says, and let me take our time to wish Frank Ribery, who had decided today to call time on his very illustrious career, a very happy retirement at his prime. He and his strike partner, Ian Robin, served us that renowned partnership that came to be known as robbery. I wish him the best as he moves away from the round later game. Irene Jr. says it's too shambolic for a football figure like Ronaldo to be engulfed in such a controversy. He needs to emulate Lionel Messi. Finally, Desire Banga comes in for the second time and says, I must commend the Flamingos for their showing so far against the great USA. I hope they can put a lot more in the second half and get on to winning. It will be a massive upset. I'm optimistic that the girls are equal to the task.
End of 90 minutes. We're heading for extra time. 124 goals, contributing 182 assists in 425 games between 2007 to 2019, winning the Champions League in 2013 and 9 Bundesliga crowns. Take about, take 39 if you can, if you will. Former Bayern Munich winger and French winger, we're talking the man Frank Ribery announcing his retirement from the beautiful game of football. Joined Bayern for £17 million from Marseille in June 2007, a year after being part of the French side that finished runner-up to Italy at the 2006 World Cup. A three-time French Player of the Year, 16 goals in 25 assists in 81 caps for his country before announcing international retirement in 2014. 12 successful years. That partnership with Arjen Robben, so that is what this man remember for the most, Blyden.
Surely, Frank Ribery. Remember him at that World Cup, Ribery on the right, Maluda on the left. And over the years, Maluda faded away. There were two rising superstars from France. Ribery moved to Germany. Maluda moved to England with Chelsea. And after a while, we didn't see Maluda anymore. It was all about Ribery. And that combination with Ruben, very deadly. No wonder they say robbery. Exceptional stuff.
Yeah, right.
I remember in the Champions League, especially that final against Inter Milan, I think one of them was missing. Ribery was missing. And Jose Mourinho did breathe in and said to himself, thank God. But fantastic player all the time. Fantastic player. The beauty about Ribery wasn't about the take-on. It was about the passes that came with the take-on. Taking the ball slowly. Being a tormentor of defense. He can be remembered for a long, long time. Respect, man.
Yeah, right. You know, I love to talk about the timeline in his career because never had a good start to his footballing career. Was at France, had to be pushed out by two different clubs, you know, because he was seen as not good enough to start for the team and then went to Brest. Stayed just 1 year in Brest, just couldn't impress the coach. You know, went to Metz and then Galatasaray, stayed just 6 months, had to come back to Marseille. But Bayern Munich was the turning point for him. He joined Bayern Munich, became an integral part of that team, spent 12 years there and became a legend. So for me, he's up there in the list of, football players who have had a remarkable resurgence to football after a slow start. And kudos to him. And I also hear that he's going to be given, a managerial role as Salernitana. He's at Salernitana right now, and then he's going to end there. So going to be given a directorial role at the team, and that's a good way to honor a football legend.
No, the interpretation was in 3 languages: in German, in French, and of course in Italian. But this is what he said in English: the ball stops. The feelings inside me do not. Thanks to everyone for this great adventure. Check about Ribery.
And the club, he should go and open his own club so that he will do as he likes. Because there's no player that is above the club. So he's not doing well for him to work out like that. The club has right to put him, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes. So what he's doing is very bad. He's trying to sell his image as a player. I pray he should end his career very well. He shouldn't end his career on the wrong note, because that is why people love Messi more than him, because Messi is always mature.
Well, don't generalize that thing. Even Messi gets angry. It's human.
Thank you very much.
Thank you indeed for joining the conversation. We appreciate you. When he said above, I thought he would say above the law. Well, above the law, actually. Because they are. So now, Emil Smith Rowe is out until 26th December. That's Boxing Day for the Gunners. Alexander Zinchenko returns on the 27th of this month. Bukayo Saka will be fit for Sunday's clash. Mohamed Onene's got a thigh injury. No return date for Chelsea. 4 players out injured. N'Golo Kante returns next year, February 18th. Conor Gallagher returns this weekend. Wesley Fofana, no return date. Reece James, no return date as well. For Liverpool, have 7 players out injured. Luis Fernando Diaz is back in December, Boxing Day. Joel Matip returns on the 6th of next month. Same story for Naby Keita. Ibrahima Konate returns on the 26th of this month. Darwin Nunez Roberto returns next tomorrow Sunday, while Arthur Ramos de Oliveira Melo, no return date. Diego Jota, no return date as well. Injury returns this Sunday. Calvin returns tomorrow rather. Calvin Phillips shoulder injury, no return date. Kyle Walker, no return date as well. We'll take more after now. Welcome, football fan. Implication.
Hello, Rajan.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Can you walk away from your radio set?
I've done that.
All right.
My name is Etienne. I'm calling from the
Etienne, take the phone off loudspeaker then, because we are getting that hallback sound and it's terrible.
It's okay now.
No, sorry, Etienne. Sadly, it's not okay. Aaron Wan-Bissaka returns on the 27th of this month. Anthony Martial returns on the 27th as well for Harry Maguire. He's back tomorrow. Yes. He's back. Legend is back.
You're saying like he's going to play?
Legend returns. Donny van der Beek is back. Is not back, well. No return date for him. Brandon Williams, no return date. Mason Greenwood, no return date. Axel Tuanzebe, no return date. Ronaldo, well, we hear, according to the status, he's suspended. No return dates too. Welcome, football fan. Name, location.
Good evening, Brad James.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, this is Godwin of Young from Friday. Yeah, Brad, I want to say that apart from the fact that we are the beneficiaries of Ronaldo's suspension, I want to say that I pity him. He still sees himself as a very big player. The more he knows that he's fading away, the more it will get better for him. My only worry is that if Eden Hazard or Neymar were to be in their clubs, that's Barcelona and Chelsea, if they were still to remain there, one of them would have become the world baller, because Ronaldo and this man are fading, and Messi are fading away. So we don't see anybody that can step into their shoes for now. So that's my only regret. But as for Flamingos, I want to wish them well.
This
Right.
is the time they should use the African strength to make sure they win the US. Thank you for having me.
All right, it's penalties actually, no extra time. So the Flamingos are 2-1 up in the penalty shootout.
Two Aqua Cross names, right, scoring for the Flamingos. First, Rido Item scored, and after Emery, Adame scored for the USA, and then Ella Emery lost. She missed a penalty for the US, and then Edith of Young scored.
Oh, Blyden.
Yeah,
It's happening.
so happy.
It's happening.
No, let's wait for it to come home.
Yeah, tracking it.
Yeah, Richarlison the Andreda is out injured. No return date for Dejan Kulusevski. He's got a thigh injury, no return date. For Emerson Leite de Souza Jr., well, he was sent off, so he serves the last of his match suspension. Lucky, last caller. Welcome, football fan. It's a drop call situation. Sadly, Mary, can we check out Facebook very quickly, even as we keep monitoring the situation with the Flamingos?
Yeah, right. Just heading to the live feed right now. Just a new comment there coming in, and it's actually from Felix Academ. He's dropping a code. Sounds like a betting code, unfortunately. But that's it from the Facebook page, right?
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Joining Blyden. Well, I would like to see how this ends.
Surely. Looking forward to it. But it would be such a good story.
Yeah. I think I'm already optimistic already, and I'm heading to watch that game right now once I leave here.
All right, so Robert Lewandowski scored his 600 and 601st goals as Barca enjoyed a routine win against Villarreal. We'll continue football talk tomorrow in the morning, 7:30 to 8 on Planet Sports, and back in the afternoon for exclusive football talk, 12:30 all the way to 2 p.m. Thank you very much, Blyden.
We ball?
Yeah. IT ball?
Yeah.
Weather-
The IMC. What's the weather condition? The weather
Weather's
check.
good? All right, so
Yeah. The IMC says we ball.
we ball then. We ball. Thank you, Blyden. Enjoy the
I'll
weekend.
scout today.
Nice. We like that. Nice.
do my thing.
All right, nice.
I'll scout today.
All right, so that's it on the football fan side for this particular afternoon. We thoroughly appreciate you.